Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host.
Hello and welcome back to Around the World today. I'm your host Terry Davis and I'm thrilled to have you with us for episode 13 of series 7. This series, or this part of the series even, we've been exploring the British Overseas Territory and Crown dependencies, unravelling their rich histories and contemporary significance today. We are heading to the North Atlantic, to the picturesque island of Bermuda. Bermuda is known for its stunning pink sand beaches and as a premier tourist destination. There's much more to this British Overseas Territory than meets the eye. Over the years, it has emerged as one of the world's major financial hubs. But how did Bermuda go from being a maritime outpost to an economic powerhouse? What challenges does it face today? And how does this tiny island nation stay relevant on a global stage? Stick with me as we deep dive into Bermuda and its economy, culture, and its future. First, let's begin by setting the stage. Bermuda is located in the North Atlantic, about 1,000 kilometers off the east coast of the United States. Despite its small size, it's only 54 square kilometers. It pinches well above its weight on a global financial stage. It also is one of the oldest British overseas territories, having been settled in 1609. Yeah, that's before the 1662 Prayer Book as well, when the crew of the Sea Venturer shipwrecked on the island en route to Virginia. For centuries, Bermuda was a key and naval outpost for Britain, strategically positioned between Europe and North America. But over time, the island has reinvigorated itself, shifting from its historic maritime roots to becoming a global financial center. Bermuda's economic evolution from shipbuilding to finance. So, how did Bermuda transform into an economic powerhouse? In the 19th century and early 20th century, Bermuda's economy was primarily focused on agriculture and shipbuilding. But things began to change in the 20th century when tourism emerged as a key industry. Bermuda's stunning beaches, clear waters, and subtropical culture wealthy visitors from the United States and Europe, earning it a reputation for luxury vacation destination. However, It wasn't until the 1960s and 70s that Bermuda truly established itself as a financial hub. It became a center for offshore financial services, with businesses attracted by favorable tax environment. Today, Bermuda is best known for its thriving insurance and reinsurance sectors. In fact, it's often called the world's risk capital and home to some of the largest insurance companies on the planet. But Bermuda's low tax regime also has drawn some scrutiny. Critics have labeled it a tax haven, arguing that it allows companies to avoid paying taxes in other jurisdictions. Bermuda, however, maintains that its regulatory framework is sound and that it plays a vital role in global commerce, offering a stable and reliable environment for businesses to thrive. Isn't that lovely? We've also heard recently, haven't we, in the news about in the UK anyway, about some celebrities and influential people with their tax havens abroad in Bermuda. Huh. It's one way of getting around it because you are a British citizen and so are they. But do you know what's quite funny? The UK government could legislate against this in one easy swoop, but they never have. But if you look back on the news, the government of the day were condemning this left, right, and centre. And excuse me. But let's dive a bit deeper into Bermuda's financial sector, which makes up a significant proportion of its economy today. As I mentioned earlier, Bermuda managing risks in industries ranging from healthcare to aviation to natural disasters. In the wake of hurricanes and other natural catastrophes, Bermuda's reinsurance market plays a crucial role in helping communities rebuild. But it doesn't stop there. At insurance, Bermuda is developing a robust investment management sector, attracting hedge funds, private equity, and multi international corporations. The island's legal and regulatory environment is designed to facilitate international business while ensuring transparency and compliance with global standards. In addition to insurance, Bermuda is also offers benefits from its role in the shipping and aviation industries. Bermuda registered ships and aircraft are found across the world, reflecting the territory's importance to global transport networks. And if you wish to look back at global transport networks or transport networks, please go back to the first nine episodes of this series to listen back where we did talk about transport. And some of those transport industries, such as ships or airlines, you may see Bermuda involved in them. Tourism. While Bermuda's financial sector often makes the headlines, we can't forget about its tourism now, can we? Which remains a crucial part of the economy. Bermuda's pink sands and coral reefs and historic sites continue to draw visitors, practically from the United States. What's quite funny because Bermuda is a relic left over from the United States. Um, how, However, Bermuda's tourism sector has had in adapt over the years, especially in the light of competition from cheaper Caribbean destinations and challenges posed by global travel disruptions. The island has repositioned itself as a luxury destination, offering high-end resorts, golf clubs, and golf courses, and exclusive experiences to cater for affluent travellers. Cruise ships also play a big part in Bermuda's tourism, with Hamilton and St George's being popular ports of call. And, of course, let's not forget Bermuda's maritime culture, which is showcased each year during events like the famous Bermuda Race, one of the world's premier sailing competitions. Environmental challenges. Protecting Bermuda's natural beauty. This is very important. Like many islands nations, Bermuda faces environmental challenges, practically in the face of climate change, rising sea levels, increasing the powerful storms, and coral reef degradation threaten the island's environment and its economy, especially tourism. But Bermuda has been proactive in addressing these issues. The government and private sector has invested in sustainable tourism initiatives and maritime conservation. The island also is a part of the global efforts to combat climate change, focusing on renewable energy products and protecting its fragile marine ecosystems. Bermuda's coral reefs are vital not just for marine biodiversity, but also for coastal protection, acting as a natural barriers against storm surges. Bermuda's culture is unique blend of British and Caribbean influences, shaped by its colonial history and geographical location. While the island is a British overseas territory, it's approximately to the United States and Caribbean nations has created a melting pot of cultures. The Bermudian people have a distinct identity reflected in their cuisine, music, and traditions. British style afternoon tea, just as common as a Caribbean-inspired dishes like fish chowder and cornfish breakfast. The island is also known for its vibrant gourmet dances, whose performances blend African, Caribbean, and British elements. Bermuda's population is small, at around 63,000 people, but it's a close-knit and diverse community. Bermudians have a long embraced their role as hosts to international visitors, whether they be tourists or business people. Challenges and opportunities. Bermuda's future. What is it? So, what does the future hold? For Bermuda, while a island faces challenges such as economic competition, climate change, a global scrutiny of tax policies, and also plenty of opportunity. It also has plenty of opportunities. Bermuda's financial services industry remains resilient, and the island's positioning itself as a leader in digital assets and in fintech. The government is also exploring ways to further diversify the economy, including renewable energy and sustainable tourism. Unlike Bermuda's ability to adapt, innovate, and leverage. Ultimately, sorry, ultimately, Bermuda's ability to adapt, innovate, and leverage its unique position as both a financial power and luxury destination will determine its future success. The island may be small, but it has consistently proven its ability to punch above its weight on a global stage. That brings us to the end of today's episode. Bermuda is a fascinating place. Financial powerhouse, a tourism hotspot, and a community that's deeply connected to its British roots, yet firmly independent in its spirit from insurance giants to pink sand beaches. Bermuda is a world unto itself. I hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into one of Britain's most important overseas territories. Next time on Around the World Today, we'll be heading to the British Virgin Islands to explore how they are adapting to climate change and their role as a financial hub. Until then, I'm Terry Davis, and this has been Around the World Today. Thanks for listening.
This week's episode has come to an end, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.